With accusations addressed and more, this is Pro Wrestling Central. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report. Opening up on her match at WrestleMania 41 against Naomi, Jade Cargill took to X and wrote this: "Thank you to the fans. This story that's unfolding means a lot to me. Glad you are all on the ride. Whether you hate it or love it, thank you." When it comes to a WWE Hall of Fame induction that will not take place this year, WrestleVotes reported, well, it appears Kamala will ultimately not be a part of this year's Hall of Fame class. I'm told discussions between WWE and James Harris's family have remained positive, and that the Ugandan giant will one day be honored with an induction in the future. With Rusev set to return to WWE after his AEW departure, Ringside News added that Rusev is WWE bound once again, and this time it's official. After 5 years away from the company and a roller coaster stint in AEW, the former United States champion is prepping for his return to the big stage. According to PW Insider Elite, Rusev, also known as Miro in AEW, spent pretty much the entire day at WWE headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut earlier this week. He wasn't just there for a meet and greet either. The Bulgarian Brute reportedly held multiple meetings with WWE officials and even participated in a full-on photo shoot, signaling that the company is moving full speed ahead with his reintroduction. While fans are excited to chant Rusev Day again, don't expect his wife CJ Perry, formerly known as Lana, to be walking down the ramp with him. The Wrestling Observer newsletter reports that WWE officials are of the impression Perry will not be returning alongside her husband. That clears the way for a solo run, something many believe Rusev is more than ready for. Asked if he would consider wrestling without his mask, Penta told WWE Deutschland, "In my present, no. In 10 years, I would like maybe a mask versus mask, or mask versus hair, or mask versus something special. My dream match, mask versus mask, Penta versus FENIX. I don't know when, maybe only in my mind it happens, but maybe in 10 or 15 years it's possible." Mentioning the backstage tension between Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton, Ringside News wrote that the SmackDown segment between Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton didn't just go off script, it blew the script out of the building, and now the backstage fallout is coming to light. According to PW Insider, several WWE sources confirmed that the heated face-off between Flair and Stratton went well beyond the planned dialogue. Toward the end of the segment, Stratton threw what many saw as a personal shot when she told Flair, "Outside the ring, you ain't the queen of sh," and followed it up by saying, "What is that, 0 and 3? A reference to Flair's divorces. That jab reportedly wasn't in the script. Sources say Flair was caught off guard by the crowd's reaction in Chicago, which leaned heavily in Stratton's favor. One source noted that this allowed Stratton's unscripted jabs to hit even harder, with some in WWE feeling that Flair was clearly gotten to. Flair's response came a little too late. After Stratton had already left the ring and was heading up the ramp, Flair hit back by saying, "Is that why Kaiser's in my DMs?" referencing Stratton's real-life boyfriend, WWE's Ludwig Kaiser. According to one WWE source, the comment came off as a flailing shot from a boxer who didn't realize they were KO'd. Touching on his decision to undergo neck surgery, which will see him miss WrestleMania, Kevin Owens said this on My Mom's Basement: "Doing this for 25 years, I feel really great, and even now, I feel great. I do. It's not a constant problem, but over the last few months, I've had an issue in my matches that made me go, I think something's not right. And then we looked into it and found out, yeah, there's something going on with my neck. So I know for a fact there's a specific moment because in December I did a full body MRI just on my own for curiosity, just to make sure, to see if there's anything that I should be aware of. At the time, the report came back that my knees were but I've been well aware of that for a long time, so there's no concern there. And then there's something about my spine and mild to moderate stenosis, which for what we do, and I showed it to the WWE doctors and like, yeah, for what you guys do, everyone's got a level of stenosis. Everyone on earth walking around has a level of stenosis, but your spine and your neck and everything looks good. Everything looks good. For what you've been doing, you're fine. So I was like, great, and I felt great. But then in January, I had a match, and in the match, two things happened that really jarred my neck. That's when the issue started. So I knew there was something, and then we ended up doing an MRI this week and found out that, yeah, it's serious. So I think that match in January is what did it, because I had an MRI a month before that and everything looked fine. So this is the funny part, right? I know that some of my detractors, and there's plenty out there, will say, see, this is why you shouldn't do this stuff, but I am telling you, it happened in a regular match. No hardcore things, nothing. There were two very simple things that I've done a million times. I probably shouldn't have had those matches considering what was happening, but we didn't know. But in those matches, as crazy as they were, at no time did I feel my neck. I didn't land on my head. I didn't get hurt. I don't remember anything in those matches going, oh, my neck. You know what I mean? Yeah. Previously, former WWE star Matt Riddle was asked who was the hardest opponent to work with in the ring, as he told Going Ringside, hardest opponent in the ring? I would have to say Sheamus. Sheamus, easy to work with, hits really hard, so hardest in the ring. But then when I think about who's harder to maybe work with, I would have to say Sami Zayn or Kevin Owens. It's hard to put a complete sentence together with those guys, if you know what I'm saying. Very difficult. Sheamus hits you hard, but it's easy to put together. Kevin Owens responded on My Mom's Basement. No, it didn't take me by surprise, but I did see it. It's funny, you know, because coming from him, I have nothing against him at all, but to me, he's a guy who had really amazing opportunities handed to him, like being Randy Orton's tag team partner for so long and basically getting to ride the coattails of a legend. And he managed to screw it all up, not because of his abilities, because he's very talented and very athletic, but because of his own attitude and poor choices. So for him to say that we're hard to work with or whatever it is, and that he couldn't get a word in, there was a pretty good reason for that. You look at his track record, you look at our track record, I think that speaks for itself. But if that's how he felt, it's fine. I can't even say he's wrong when he said it was hard to get a word in. It probably was, because we probably didn't let him get a word in too much, just because we had been around him and we work in a certain way, and it works, so yeah. And this was your pro wrestling news update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all later.